Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sai Satcharitra, an Insight. Episode 298. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dear devotees, we have listened to the story related to Udyapan ceremony conducted at B.V. Dev's home and many other divine experiences granted by Sri Sai Maharaj to him. As Sri Sai Baba participated in the Udyapan ceremony held at B.V. Dev's home in the guise of a Bengali sannyasi, similarly, Sri Sai Maharaj visited the house of the author of Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, Hemat Pandji, on the day of the holy festival in the form of a picture, and this divine sport has been explicated in this chapter. Since this is the personal experience of the author, there is no need for us to refer to any other text to get more information on this Leela. In the month of 1917, on the full moon day of Falguna month in the star of Uttara, the holy festival is celebrated in the northern part of India, while on this auspicious day in the southern part of India, the wedding ceremony for the Lord is also performed at various temples. Many stories related to this special day are narrated in the Puranas. One among them is about the most ardent devotee of Lord Vishnu, Prahlad, being killed by his father, the demon king Hiranyakasipu. Being a king, Hiranyakasipu used various methods to murder Prahlad. The little son was thrown over a cliff, then into a well, attacked by the soldiers, trampled by an elephant, starved and bitten by poisonous snakes. But none of these could bring Prahlad's life to an end. He had a staunch belief that he was guarded by Lord Vishnu and his sole refuge is Lord alone. The great Lord saved him from all the dangers created by his father. Owing to his unswerving faith, he was known as Bhakta Prahlad, means devotee of the highest order of the Lord. Hiranyakasipu's anger reached no bounds. He wanted his son to worship him as he thought that he is more powerful than the gods. Whereas Prahlad would not surrender to anyone other than Lord Narayana, and day and night he prayed to the Lord, submitting himself completely to the will of the God. Finally, in desperation, Hiranyakasipu asked his demon sister Holika to kill Prahlad. Holika had a rare boon. If she wraps herself with a magical blanket, then she cannot be affected by fire. Holika agrees to kill Prahlad. To execute this plan, she grabs Prahlad and placing him on her lap, sat in the middle of a bonfire, thinking that she can remain safe while Prahlad will burn to death. Lo, Prahlad begins to pray to Lord Narayana, and the great God, to protect Prahlad from burning to death, recalled the boon granted to Holika, and she was burned to death, while Prahlad, who was incessantly chanting the name of Lord Narayana, was feeling cold despite sitting in the middle of the bonfire. The god of fire cannot do any harm to the devotee of the Lord. This story glorifies the greatness of Nam Jap and symbolic of the triumph of good over evil. So, to mark this divine sport of the Lord in which the evil Holika was destroyed, this day is celebrated as Holy Festival. The festival is celebrated by lighting bonfires, throwing color powder known as gulal on each other, sharing sweets, and by dancing to traditional folk music. Ritualistically, on this day, beautiful rangoli designs are made and decorated with color powder at the entrance of the house and in front of the puja altar. Women prepare varieties of food and offer it to the Lord with great devotion. Puja is performed to the Lord of Agni, and after Arati, the consecrated food is shared among friends and family as prasad. This festival was celebrated in the year 1917 on 8th March. In the wee hours of that day morning, Hemat Panji was blessed with a dream vision. In the dream, Sri Sai Maharaj appeared as a well-dressed sannyasi, unlike the one always seen in torn kafni, and said, "Today I will come to eat lunch." Hemat Panji, when woke up from sleep, didn't see the sannyasi, but vividly remembered each word of the dream. Hemat Panji has been in the association of Sri Sai Baba for the past 7 years. He had always meditated upon Sri Sai. He had never thought that Sadguru Sri Sai Baba would ever come to his home for meals at Bandra, which is almost 250 kilometers away from Shirdi. It is a known fact to all the devotees that Sri Sai Maharaj would not go in his physical form to any of the places other than Rehata, Neemgon or Rui. Hemat Panji was greatly excited. He is also spiritually ripe. Hence, he was certain that Sri Sai would not visit in his divine form but come in a subtle form or in the guise of a stranger to keep up his words. Every year, the holy festival is celebrated with great pomp at Hemat Panji's house. He had 5 daughters and 1 son. So, on the day of the festival, all his children would come with their family and celebrate the festival in a ritualistic manner. Hemat Panji's heart was fluttering in excitement. He was contemplating if he had to share this dream vision with his wife or not. He couldn't guess how she would react to it, whether she would take it seriously and prepare a sumptuous meal, keeping in mind the most special guest, or would brush away his vision as a mere dream. Hemat Panji's mind was crowded with thoughts, so he went to his wife and said, "Today, being holy festival, cook some extra rice as a sannyasi might come for meals." She asked who the sannyasi was and whence he would be coming. With much hesitation, and to not lie to his wife and lead her astray and cause any misunderstanding, Hemat Panji shared the dream vision with her. She was happy to hear the dream, but was doubtful if Sri Sai Maharaj would come all the way from Shirdi to Bandra, leaving the dainty dishes offered by numerous devotees but to eat their course meal. Hemat Panji told, "You cannot expect Sri Sai Maharaj to visit us in his physical form, but he would come in any form. If there will be any uninvited guests, then that Atiti could be Sri Sai. So I will treat him as I would revere Sri Sai Baba. If not, my dream will be meaningless. So by cooking some extra food, nothing will be lost. Hence, better prepare more food." Accordingly, all the preparations were done. It was noon and Hemat Panji was eagerly waiting. Holika worship was gone through. The food was consecrated and is ready to serve. Rangoli design was done. A seat at the center was reserved in honor for Sri Sai Baba, and leaves were spread on either side in 2 rows, and wooden planks were placed in front of it for the family members to sit. The son, daughters, grandchildren, sons in law were ready to occupy their seats. A small cylindrical vessel for drinking water with a small spoon was kept for everyone. This vessel is known as Panchapatra and Uddharani, used while performing religious ritual. Everything was arranged in a very ceremonial manner. At this circumstance, it is inevitable to know briefly about Hemat Panji and his family. Devotees, Hemat Panji's original name is Govind Raghunath Tabolkar. In the year 1859, he was born in Adya Gowda family, Bharadwaja Gotra, in the district of Thane at a place known as Kelave Mahim. The economic status of the family was very poor, but they were very orthodox. All the pujas and festivals were done in the most traditional manner. That's the reason why the Holi is also celebrated in a very ritualistic way. Now, the banana leaves that were spread were served with papad, sanje, salads, pickles, raita, vegetables, rice, varan and kheer except the one reserved for honor of guest. All the guests wore their sovale and sat down in their seats. Sovale is a ritualistic robe worn by the Orthodox Maharashtrian families. This is worn by them while doing ritualistic worship or performing religious festivals. This could be made of silk or wool. An opposite attire for this would be ovale. This is worn during mourning days following a death of the family member. So now the family members of Hemat Panji wore their sovale as per the custom. If the person wore the sovale, he should sit to eat the consecrated food and should not get up from the seat without completing his meal. All of them sat in front of their seats, but Hemat Panji's heart is throbbing and not ready to sit for the meals. He can make others wait too long. He was sure that Sri Sai's assertions would not be untrue. With no choice left, he had to close the door, enabling others to start eating their food. What happened next? How and when did Sri Sai Maharaj visit Hemat Panji's house? All these unfathomable leelas can be heard in the coming episode. Bo to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.